Let me show you what kind of customer service you're getting over there at Spirit Airlines.
Dirty bitch, don't play with me. Do not play with me. Do not play with me, because I'm not the one nor the two. You're not the one or the two. Let's go. You ain't got shit done. You ain't gonna do nothing.
Why you keep speaking on me for nothing?
Like I said, keep my fucking name out your mouth, bitch.
Keep my name out your mouth, because mine is always in yours for some reason.
No, some reason. Back the fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here before I slap the shit out of you.
You're not gonna smack shit.
Try me.
You think you're picking up on that shit?
Try me, Tanky. I mean, I'm drop kick your ass. Fuck out of here, you dirty bitch.
I'm not dirty.
Yes, you are. Fuck out of here. You ain't your raggedy ass fucking bitch. Fuck out of here. Go suck a dick. Like I said what I said. And I said what I said. Please step to me like you want it. Go suck another dirty dick.
This is top tier grade A customer service. Before we continue on, so I saw someone ask in the comments, like, hold on, there was apparently more. So I saw somebody ask in the comments, like, you know, which one of these two are getting fired? And, well, the answer is probably both of them. You know, everybody's getting fired because Spirit Airlines is going bankrupt. And before we get back to Carl Winslow and discuss what exactly was happening there, let's watch this right quick so we can get a handle on what's happening with Spirit Airlines and their investors.
Considering a bankruptcy filing. According to a report from the Wall Street Journal, the company it struggled this year following its failed merger with JetBlue. If the airline does declare bankruptcy, it won't happen right away. And this doesn't mean that they're just going to full stop go out of business. Of course, there is an effort to reemerge from bankruptcy, but this is an acknowledgement that the company is in far more dire straits than anticipated here in the absence of this deal, of course, which was intended to create what would have been the fifth largest carrier in the United States. For Spirit Airlines, shares are reacting here pre-market down by more than 35% right now.
Yeah, and that was off the back of that massive move to the downside here following the initial report that we got from the Journal yesterday. So ultimately, what does this mean? I mean, this doesn't come necessarily, I don't think, as a huge surprise really to anyone. We know that Spirit has been trying to secure a financial lifeline really ever since the federal judge back in January at the start of the year blocked this proposed sale to JetBlue on concerns over antitrust. So we know Spirit has very much been in a dire position over the last several months trying to secure the right financing. They actually have until October 21st to reach a deal to extend or to refinance bonds due next year in 2025 in order to maintain that key partnership that we've talked about with U.S. Bank concerning its loyalty credit card. So again, lots of questions about that, and that card is part of the collateral package backing the upcoming maturities. So again, very important in this story and in context what ultimately this means for Spirit Airlines. And then I think down the road, when you just think beyond Spirit as an individual low-cost carrier, just the implications, what it means more broadly speaking for the airline space, what it means for consumers, and the shift that we have seen from so many of these players, with JetBlue up on your screen too, amongst them, and even Southwest, just some of the pivots that we have heard and some of the announcements, adjustments, and plans here going forward, and how they plan to cater maybe to a more middle-income, higher-income consumer going forward, trying everything they can to boost their bottom line. So when we have certainly started to see the shift within the industry, and it is very competitive. It's harder for these smaller players to compete with the larger four.
Yeah, it's not easy to pivot.
Before we continue, for my investors out there, the money minds, I think we all know that an airline stock or an airline company is possibly one of the worst investments that you could probably ever make. No lie. Because airlines are some of the worst investments that you can make because they are some of the most volatile stocks in the game. Sorry. Still getting over the sickness. Anyway, airline stocks are terrible investments. Okay, terrible, terrible, terrible investments. Why? Listen, when the economy is down or when the economy is basically in a recession, what's one of the first things to go? Travel. Travel, as in flights, as in ticket flights. Nobody's flying anywhere, right? Nobody's going to Cancun. Nobody's taking them trips to Mexico. Nobody's going to, nobody's going to Florida. When money is tight, you're on a budget, you don't know if you're going to have rent by the first. All of these things equals a volatile market for airline stocks. And with a valuation that you can never depend on, who in the world in their right mind would invest into Spirit Airlines? I don't care what the price is. Me, I stay away from airlines altogether. I understand Delta has performed well, considering. However, you would have to pay me to invest in an airline stock. But listen, getting back to Carl Winslow, this is one of the things that I was talking about when I was talking about y'all put so much stock into who's the president of this country. But yeah, you can't even go to work. You can't even go to work without finding the ops at your work. These sisters here, these two black sisters here are fighting with each other at work. You ain't got to worry about what Trump gonna do. You need to worry about what Carl Winslow gonna do. Because let me tell you something. Carl Winslow, listen, I'm going to tell y'all something right. I'm going to share something with y'all ladies. For the two ladies that are watching this video. Let me share something with y'all. Men too, actually. Just to let y'all know. Anytime you get up, okay, and you look like this, and you step out of the house, see, Carl Winslow left the house, woke up with 0 fucks to give. Carl Winslow will run the fade with you, your mama, your granddad. Carl Winslow will fight the entire family because anybody that steps outside with this, they don't have nothing else. They don't have nothing. They gave up all of the things that they had to live for a long time ago. Carl Winslow does not care one little bit about getting fired from Spirit Airlines. Carl Winslow is going to shoot you the fade. And see, this lady let me mute this. This lady right here, bless her little heart, she's trying to put up something. She's trying. I don't know why. Just stop it, sweetheart, because we just saw what happened. You just got bullied. She done pushed you down on the conveyor belt. You was about to get packed up and rolled out there with the rest of the luggage. But see, you see this right here? She got a nice slick back ponytail. It's past her shoulder blades. She got a nice slick back ponytail. See, and for Carl, that's too grabbable, sweetheart. Carl is yanking that ponytail right up off your head. You gotta know your ops. You gotta know who it is that you what it is that you up against. And Carl left the house with absolutely 0 fucks to give on this day. You gotta know that. That's important. It's important for you to know that, right? Now, let's get back to this to Spirit Airlines being bankrupt, because I think the interesting thing is they tried to merge with JetBlue, and I believe from what I'm hearing, they tried to get JetBlue to buy them out, and with a merger and acquisition that would actually help both companies, because I think both companies are somewhat failing, if I'm not mistaken. Again, we don't invest in airlines. We stay far away from that. Airline stocks, historically, just one of the worst investments you can make. It's too temperamental. Way too temperamental for me to invest in, right? However, let's see what else they got to say before we get back to Carl.
The premium here, and we're finding that out very clearly, not just with Spirit, but also with JetBlue. JetBlue is going to be investing billions of dollars now, dollars that probably would have gone into that Spirit deal that they're now reallocating, trying to create lounges, trying to create what some of the other high-cost or high-value carriers have been able to do for years at this juncture, and trying to have a similar experience that they're able to bring to so many customers here. But it's also at the same time where there is already entrenchment for many of those carriers who have been able to deliver on-time routes and the route schedule being favorable. But then additionally on those premium experiences, and those premium experiences, they cost money. And
Absolutely.
It's a major year, multi-year investment strategy, really. And it also comes back to the aircraft. And if you heard anything from any of the executives within the airline industry right now, there is a massive backlog, and for that backlog to ultimately be remediated, you're going to need even more production. Oh yeah, Boeing themselves, they are still navigating their own employee-employer relationship where they're trying to have a larger look at where they need to kind of combat some of the...
Yeah, listen, the entire industry, that entire industry is just, you just don't know what's going to happen. It's way too risky of an investment, in my opinion. You all do what you want with your money. I'm just giving my opinion on it. I would stay 100 yards away from any type of airline stock investment. However, let's get back to Carl Winslow, because there's something else that I want to point out here. Y'all are so worried about what the administration is going to do, who hasn't even, by the way, been put into office yet. So everything that y'all blaming on Trump and blaming on his administration, that's still happening right now, is everything that's happening right now is a part of the Biden administration still, because Trump hasn't officially taken office. However, you all are so focused on the wrong things. When you got ops literally at your job, you can't even go to work safely and feel safe to work to complete a 9-to-5 shift without having the feeling that you probably gonna get your bells rocked by Sister Schubert over there, by Sister Winslow, and you worried about Trump. Priorities. Now, she don't care nothing about customer service. She don't care nothing. And y'all are embarrassed. Listen, if I was Spirit Airlines and I saw this, well, imagine being a CEO and you get sent this video. What you gonna do? I need the names of everybody there that was involved. And I need the name of the manager, because the manager can go too. How the hell are you letting this happen out in the middle of everybody? Sis right here was about to get packed up, literally. She was about to be on a flight somewhere as luggage. This is absolutely embarrassing. It's embarrassing, and it's terrible for a company that already has a reputation that is in the trash. Trash company, trash stock, trash flights. Listen, I know what it's like to catch a Spirit flight because the ticket's cheap. But with those cheap tickets, oftentimes you got to take everything that comes along with that cheap ticket. Meaning you got to take all of this. You might run into Sister Winslow on a bad day. You can't have it both ways. You can't have cheap airline tickets and a great flight. I'm sorry. It's just not going to happen. If you wanted that, you should have flown Delta. Sorry. Y'all wanted to pay $33 to fly to Miami. Okay. Well, guess what's going to come with that flight? Flight risk is coming with that flight. Flight risk. I just thought that this story was actually hilarious, because it's perfect timing for a company that is on the brink of filing bankruptcy. And when you show up to board a flight and you see this going on in the background and you wonder why, and it's like, this is a perfect representation of what's happening behind the scenes with this company. This is a perfect representation. Chaos. That's what's happening. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.